Union Minister for Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju addressed media fraternity and party workers at Nyathu Resort, Dimapur today and stated that the Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast, PM-DevINE, was a blessing for the entire Northeast region. Highlighting on the Prime Minister's Initiative for Northeast, Rijiju asserted that for the first time, a provision was included in the budget, created for the purpose of funding the gaps and taking care of things which were not included in any of the schemes or provisions. He informed that the PM-DevINE would be implemented by the Northeast Council, chaired by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, with an initial allotted budget of Rs 1,500 crores.
Prime Minister's Initiative for Northeastern Region, which is in short called PM-DevINE. Now, for the first time, a provision is inserted in the budget that Northeastern region is a very unique. It has its own difficulties and challenges. All the sectors are dealt by different ministries and departments. But a separate PM-DevINE, this is created for the purpose of funding the gaps, taking care of those things which are not included in any of the schemes or provisions. Because in Northeast there are many things which are not part of the budget. Even in my constituency, I realize that there are certain problems which are not funded by any programs or policies or any ministries or departments or Government of India agencies. So that is why Prime Minister doesn't want to leave any gap for Northeast. So PM-DevINE program, which will be implemented by Northeastern Council, which is chaired by the Honorable Home Minister, initial budgetary allocation of 1,500 crore has been allocated. Now this 1,500 crore is the initial amount. And because our Honorable Deputy CM and Party President and our Honorable Ministers and MLAs are also here, and through them and to our partner, I will be with Honorable Chief Minister a little while later, I will also tell him that Nagaland should take maximum benefit out of this PM-DevINE. This can include anything, especially infrastructure or creating some permanent assets in far-flung areas. So this PM-DevINE will be a blessing for the entire Northeastern region. You must be aware of the total allocation which has been given to Northeast. During Vajpayee's time, a decision had been taken that 10% of the total expenditure of every ministry or department must be devoted to Northeastern region. Now, last year, in 2021-22 budget, the total allocation for the Northeastern region was 68,020 crore. Now you imagine in 1 year the quantum jump despite the difficulties of the pandemic. This year for Northeastern region the total allocation is 78,040 crore. This is a jump of more than, you can imagine it's more than 10 crore. So this huge jump, 10,000 crore, it's a jump of more than 10,000 crore. This amount of enhancement of budgetary allocation for Northeast is the highest ever. It's difficult to compare with the figures because the figure is quite high. Now here I want to make some critical remarks. In Northeast, because we had a long tradition of Congress culture, Congress rule, so now the BJP government, BJP-led government or a coalition government where BJP is part of the government, we are trying to enhance the capacity. Because what has been observed is that all the budgetary allocation made are never utilized fully because we have a constraint of our own capacity. It's something like you are provided with food, but you are unable to consume. So when you are unable to consume a food which is available in your plate, you can't ask more because you are unable to consume which is served to you. So it means we have to enhance our capacity to utilize the budgetary allocation provided to Northeastern region. So to enhance the capacity, we have to take care of many things. I will not dwell into the details of what steps are required, because each state government has made action plans, vision documents, and all preparations are being made. In Nagaland, many corrective steps are being taken by the state government, and I'm sure in the coming years, this budgetary allocation will be utilized fully so that more funds can be provided. There are certain difficulties in terms of utilization in our region because of the land issues, you know, like Dimapur, Kohima, this highway section got certain delays because of the land issues and all. There are court cases, there are certain issues at the local level, tender problems, besides shortage of technical people. So we do have problems in terms of building the capacity, but we will do it. So once we as a state, we take care of our capacity, we will be able to utilize efficiently all the budgetary allocations made by the Government of India. At the same time, we will also increase our revenue resources so that we become self-sufficient or generate enough resources, and with the matching of the massive allocation from the central government, we can take care of our states. We do have certain problems, like because we are not a very big state. So being a smaller state, our revenue base is also very narrow. And we have to take care of every sector. And we do have to run many welfare schemes also. So in a democratic society, we have to take care of certain areas where we do not generate revenue, but we have to spend money. Though we don't get income out of that spending, but we have to do it because we are responsive government and we are elected government. So we have to take certain steps which may be termed as a populist step, but we have to do it. So as emerging state of northeastern states are building our internal capacity, and in the days to come, I'm sure we will totally become Atmanirbhar. We will become self-reliant. In the same manner, the PM Gati program. The PM Gati Shakti is a program launched by the Honorable Prime Minister focusing on infrastructure. Now this infrastructure mainly of 7 sectors like roads, railways, airports, ports, mass transport, waterways and logistic infrastructure. Now because without proper infrastructure, state cannot uplift itself. Like if we have to make our body active and strong, we have to make our legs strong, we have to make body strong. In the same manner, we have to strengthen our infrastructure so that the state becomes strong, on the basis of which the citizens can make their life much easier. So life must be made easier. That is why Prime Minister has focused on ease of living, ease of doing business. So to do that, you have to have adequate infrastructure. So PM Gati Shakti has been a focused area. Thereafter, we have issues with regards to telecom. Now, wherever I go to rural areas, one of the first complaints I receive is we don't have proper 4G network. Now we are talking about 5G, which Finance Minister has already announced that we are starting 5G from this year. Now 4G network in northeastern region, in the far-flung areas, have been a challenge because I have faced it. So in the previous term, Modi ji's the first term, lots of funds were allocated for development of infrastructure with regards to telecom. Now most of those schemes could not reach the desired destination because the laying of cable, because of the local issues, because of the road problem, we really could not take it off in most parts of the northeastern region, especially in the border areas. So a major shift has taken place this time in changing the policy. Very soon, the telecom minister will also come. I have told him both of us should make a joint visit, or maybe we will have a meeting with all the honorable chief ministers of the northeastern states. So this time, we are going to erect the towers. Now the cable tension will not be there. So all the remote areas will be provided with 4G network by erecting the towers. So the towers will be raised in all strategic and all important locations across the difficult remote areas of northeastern region. So this will be a major shift for all of us in terms of getting proper network, because Prime Minister had launched the Digital India. Now Digital India will not be successful unless we provide the top class network. That is why this comprehensive step has been initiated. Now beside that, there are so many programs and policies being envisaged, but if I read out all the points, it will take long time. But as I have told you earlier, that I would rather prefer to highlight the intentions and the visions of the Honorable Prime Minister. Now, northeastern region is strategically very, very important part of our country. And we all know 98% of our borders are with the international other countries like China, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Bhutan. And if you count Sikkim, then Nepal also. So only 2% is linked with our mainland. So we have to take advantage of our international borders. So Prime Minister's Look East policy is really taking a shape now. Now in the coming year, we all will feel the impact of Prime Minister's turn into Act East. Earlier it was Look East, which was just looking without action. Now it is Act East, means with action. So the Act East policy, backed by the solid policy support, budgetary support by the Government of India, is making Northeast a very, very attractive destination.